kickboxing contest at 73 kilograms, contested over 3 3-minute rounds. Your first contestant from the blue corner, representing PCT Gym. He has a Kyokushin karate background, an undefeated record of 5-0 in K1. London, please make some noise for Jamie Petch. And now for his opponents, fighting out of the red corner. At 29 years of age, he stands 181 centimeters tall, with a record of 8-2 in K1. He fights out of KO Next Generation. London, please welcome the humble one, Stefan Terziev.
Main event action here at Next Generation Combat 5. At 73 kilograms, this is Pro K1. As the humble one enters the ring, Stefan Terziev, the hometown fighter from KO Next Generation, will have his hands full against an undefeated karate champion and a guy who's 5-0 in K1. Terziev with that Muay Thai background, we've seen him here before. He's a gritty, very, very skillful fighter, but a unique test this evening for PCT Gym's Jamie Petch. I love seeing this in K1.
Well, Chris, obviously Jamie Petch from my neck of the woods, just up the road from me, and I think I've seen just the one of his fights so far, but a very explosive fighter. I think it was, when I did see him, it was over very quickly and in his favor. But as you said, Terziev, Stefan, we've seen him before, and this is a great top of the bill.
Red corner for Stefan Terziev from KO Next Gen, PCT Gym's Jamie Petch in the blue. And we are set for 3 3-minute rounds. Already very long points fighting style as a left hand lands on Terziev. It was clean, it wasn't a ton of power, but it was enough to connect.
Well, it was a nice turn as he came in. He came off the center line, he landed it, and Terziev actually smiled as if to say, I'm a bit embarrassed being caught by that. As you said, he wasn't hurt. It was just almost like embarrassment this early in the bout.
A shake of the head there from Terziev again as that leg kick lands, popping jab, stepping in, courtesy of Jamie Petch. Jamie with that speed advantage, and you know it's that footwork and the angles and the fast kind of pace that we often see from karate-style fighters. And he's adapted it to K1. That's the cool thing.
Well, there's an excellent shot to the body there from the left hand, but you're right, the stance says it all for him, but it's how you make it work. It's not the art, it's the man. They're all effective, Chris, depending on the person.
Going 360 on that back kick. Terziev did a nice job there of coming in and then trying to parry one of the punches. I think the hand fighting is going to be very important in this fight, particularly as Petch seems to reach very long to post. Short right there from Terziev over the top of the left arm.
Yes, it's interesting to see when Terziev decides to go inside, as you said, and get in close, because at range, I think you can see Jamie Petch feels comfortable. A little oblique kick there that was very nice from Terziev. And his experience telling a little bit here, Chris.
Short right there from Terziev. Inside low kick. Into the tie-up.
Well, he landed that right again, and that's the danger for Petch. There's 2 right hands over the top. We've seen it tonight on a couple of occasions. I expected to see that sort of kick from Petch, but Terziev's the more dangerous for me when he comes in with these hooking punches.
This is crazy. I mean, look at the look on Terziev's face as if to say, all right, I've seen what you have, now watch what I'm going to do. And then he comes in. Such an amazing fight. And you know what? The first time either of these guys have headlined a card like this. So turning side kick going 180 the other direction there.
Those are the sort of things you'd expect from Petch. Where I'd expect to see him possibly put under pressure by Terziev is there, the inside kick, and then the boxing inside when he gets there. Petch is doing well to keep it at range, and as you said, it's orthodox technique that we've seen in other disciplines, but he's managing to keep the range for large parts of the round.
Good coverage there from Terziev as a high kick comes up from Petch. Terziev has got to stay in his headlights here. He's got to crowd him. Keep trying to parry those hands and get inside. Wow, look at Chris Bachelor, a little bit of a footwork there from himself. Trying to turn away. This is such a fast pace.
Well, again, it's a perfect contrast of styles again, Chris. You could see that Petch, he's good at range, as you said. He's fast, he throws these kicks and these long shots, but Terziev, you could see waiting to get inside, and then it's the short punches in bunches. That was a frenetic round, but so much to talk about.
Well, the corners are going to have a lot to soak in because there were so many different angles and so many different techniques. I think for Terziev, I want to see him continue to walk Petch down but not be too predictable. Don't keep it too uniform. For Petch, back to space. That's the key, because when he's got space, that's when he's dangerous. I'm loving the long guard. I'm loving the real short kind of blinding jab. Nothing with a ton of power, but enough to kind of make Terziev back off and think twice, then Petch can attack with something else. Beautiful stylistic matchup. This is what we wanted to see. Karate versus Muay Thai.
I think you're right, but for me, for Terziev, he's got to find a way. Walking the man down, I think, is dangerous. He's got to find a way to fine-tune it and get in quicker. He did that little oblique kick. He's got to do little things, inside leg kicks there. We saw it there. And get in quicker and disrupt the balance of Petch. I think at range, Petch will prove to continue to be dangerous, and Terziev needs to sort that out. But for us, obviously, we can't lose either way.
2 of 3 here, 3 more minutes on the clock. Terziev in the red, Petch in the blue. Short right there from Petch, a smile from Terziev. Terziev, again, though, is continuing to walk onwards and try to put Petch into the corner. But again, Petch just turns beautifully. This is not a very big ring we're dealing with here, and I think Terziev needs to make use of that.
Yeah, you're right. It should suit Terziev, but the movement of Petch is good. The balance is good. The timing, as you'd expect from a karateka, is good. Terziev, as I said, walking a man down is the wrong thing to do. He's got to decide when to get in, do it convincingly, and then get that boxing, because at the moment, as I mentioned, if it stays at this range, Petch is so comfortable.
He's tricky. Sometimes Petch kind of leaves his chin up a little bit when the hands are low, and I think that could be to his detriment. I mean, again, just like that, he's been popped. Now, leaning away is cool, and it can work, but all of a sudden, when you don't lean away quite enough, well, that's when you wake up looking up into the lights.
Well, you've got to do it with your chin down as well, and you've picked up a possibly fatal flaw there, Chris, because the upper body movement's good, but as the body comes back, the chin naturally comes up. He's got this in his arsenal, but he's got to be careful when he's under pressure.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I'm just baffled by the leg dexterity. The way this kid can shuffle forward, and all of a sudden that head kick comes up, it's just no telegraphing. You don't see it coming. And that's one of the tricky things, because Terziev has had to adapt for that. Oh, there we go. Those are good connections there from Terziev. That's what he needs. He's got to box him into the corner here and really go for it.
And we saw in that 30-second portion of the bout exactly what both men need, Chris. And at the end of the day, Terziev, as you said, is baffled by the way the legs come up so quickly. There's no backlift. There's no setup. He just throws it. Petch very straight. But when they get inside Terziev, he always manages to land 2 or 3 little punches. But Petch, this is beautiful, Chris.
Nice jab there from Petch. Solid connection again. He's got to keep busy but not stay too busy. And for Terziev, this is when he's got to turn the screw. Right here. Good connections from Terziev. That left-landed flush. Bachelor separates them. But that's the moment that Petch needed to get back to center ring.
Now, you see, Petch, just like Terziev, played the game, shook his head and said no. But I always feel he's in more danger than Terziev when those punch exchanges come in. He looks so good at range, keeping it long, and then, as you said, moving off that center line, moving away. This is when he looks under danger. When the first one lands, he has to take 2 or 3 more. But this is when he looks good coming back. What a bout, Chris. What a second round.
Whoa! It didn't seem that that was a particularly powerful punch. Terziev looks to duck underneath and roll into a spinning back fist. Man, what a fight. So many problems are being posed. There have been so many kind of juxtapositions of style and so forth. For me, that's the best part about combat sports. And this has been the kind of fight that's like a mind puzzle where you've just kind of got to keep up with it. And that's been a difficult thing for both guys at times. I feel like Petch is edging this one, though.
It's a great second round, Chris. It really is good. As you said, for the various problems posed for each boxer. Petch is great at range. He's got lovely footwork. He turns off the center line. But you can see his defense is a bit shaky when the punches come in with consistency. It's almost like Oh, the head's gone back, and while he's still trying to think, he gets hit 2 or 3 times more. Coming forward, he's very potent. I just worry for him. Like you, I think he's edging the rounds. But I do worry for him. This is beautiful.
Amazing.
When those
That's Jose Aldo right there,
yeah.
digging to the body and then going up. Amazing. Third and final round here, main events. K1 at 73 keys. Petch in the blue corner. Terziev in the red. And this is where it's for all the marbles right now. Both guys have got to dig deep. It's the last 3 minutes.
This could be pivotal this round, Chris. And that's where I feel Petch is under most pressure and under most danger. When Terziev comes in there, lands the first shot clean, the gloves don't come straight back up for Petch. The head doesn't come straight back down. Here he goes. He takes a few as if to say, I'm trying to clear my head.
Oh, there we go. Spinning back fist into a right hand for Terziev. And he is in search of that knockdown that he may very well need.
And this is what I'd like to see him do, is step within the pocket, step inside those long legs, step inside. That was all you can see. Petch almost setting up the reverse punch. But when Terziev's inside and starts to rock the head, the judges see it caught 2-3 times.
Terziev is in the zone here. You can see the look in his eyes. He knows this is do or die time. He has to make a convincing impact. He needs those meaningful shots, but he's got to set it up.
Now Petch, the front kick, but it's not being fought at the range he's most comfortable with in this third round. What Terziev has done well has really tried to make it a closer range fight here in the third. And you saw there, Chris, Petch isn't so fast off the mark here in the third round.
Definitely looking a little bit worse for wear, as Terziev now, perhaps with some presence of mind, has been able to make use of superior conditioning. A nod and a smile, and the corners are going absolutely bananas here in London. And Petch comes back. Terziev backs off. 1-2, 1-2 there from Petch. Terziev in the tie-up.
It's because Petch isn't really as much in the opening 2 rounds catching Terziev at range. He's allowing him to get in quicker and do his work, just like this. Whereas before, he really, as we said, make them work to get in. He's done that in the previous 2 rounds. Terziev has found it easier to get closer, but that said, Petch is digging deep now, Chris.
Look at that question mark kick. It's been a late coming from Terziev, but Petch now is pouring on the pressure with seconds to go in this fight. And the corner is absolutely furious. Unbelievable.
I'm impressed. Petch has come back strongly. He's dug deep and he's coming back strongly. And although he's had timing issues here in the third round, he's just dug deep the old-fashioned way and come back at Terziev.
Petch there, marching forward, looking for the jab. Terziev with a chuck hook. Terziev at close range is dangerous. Looks for the uppercut and the left hook, nothing but air. Snapping there to the body with a right knee, and this is undoubtedly the type of fight, Malcolm, that you wish was scheduled for 5.
That's right, Chris. Now both corners doing the right thing, both men doing the right thing. If you're a judge sat ringside and you still haven't made that final mark, you see a guy jumping about saying, I've won it. It can make a subtle difference. But more importantly, the body language of both corners, both fighters, Chris, they both feel they've got this.
It's intriguing. I feel like Petch should have done enough to take it, but then again, our angle is only one of several.
I've got a gut feeling Terziev is going to get this decision. And I think it's going to be slightly controversial, but isn't that what you want from a main event? So close, so hard that both camps pick their fighters up. Both say, wow, look at that. So there's going to be disappointment. I just feel it's going to edge to the red corner. I could be wrong, but it doesn't detract from a top of the bill that lives up to the billing, Chris.
Absolutely, absolutely. It was a great stylistic clash, and one that maybe posed more questions than answers, because obviously the decision was close no matter which way this one goes.
And one which I must say I would have loved to see for 5. So ladies and gentlemen, we go the full 3 rounds here in the main event. at 73 kilograms in this Pro K1 Rules contest. To the judges' scorecards, and your judges at ringside have scored this contest a split decision. Judge number 1 at ringside sees the bout in favor of the red corner, Stefan Terziev. And judge number 2 has the contest in favor of the blue corner, Petch. And your third judge here at ringside sees the contest 29-28 in favor of your winner via split decision in the red corner. Stefan, you worked so hard in training. It's been such a journey to come tonight to be here at the top of the bill. That was a thrilling 9 minutes of back and forth action.
Yeah, it was really intense. Jamie prepared very good, and it was a pleasure for me to share the ring with you. I want to say thanks to everyone coming down to support the show. Of course, all my friends and fans, thank you. Everyone that watched me, my family, and all my family. Today my performance was dedicated in the memory of my brother, my friend from the gym, volunteering for fun. I want to thank you to his family coming down to support the gym, the family, the community, to be partly because he was our member. So yeah, thank you for being here, and I wish you seeing ourselves and supporting everyone there.
Stefan, you obviously fought a very tricky opponent, a guy who's a champion in karate. You obviously have a different approach to kickboxing. What do you think was the difference? Because this was the type of fight that I could watch over and over, and there were so many questions and so many problems that you both brought into this. What do you think was the difference in getting the nod tonight?
First of all, I need to say I expect a bit more karate type of fighting. He showed some Thai way of approach of the fight, and which was obviously I'm aware of things I didn't expect him to pull off such a combo. So it was really a pleasure for me to experience that type of opponent, and he was very prepared conditionally. I worked really hard, and the camp was very good. All my teammates were there to help. Obviously, Krusam pull up the strength for everything. And the fact that I'm in KO South and expand my knowledge through his combat experience actually get me to the level where I can fight him and beat him, which I want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
It was an awesome performance to watch, the way that you adapted throughout the fight. Congratulations on your win. Any final words? This is a big crowd, and you know what? There was a lot of support for both you and Jamie tonight.
Yeah, actually, I was very happy to see that a lot of people supporting him. That's the way how it should be, especially for the main event. And well done to him in his camp. And I hope you understand the approach that Masterson had from his gym and the show that he's putting out. And as you can see, there is new things coming up, so with every show we're trying to bring the most things, new things, so to be interesting for the people.
Congratulations, Stefan, you represented that beautifully.